welcome to Zigmag Tech Learning Hub. I'll be your instructor for home economics. Now for this class, we're going to be taking our exercises from the ExamGuide app. If you don't have the application already installed on your device, I would want you to download that app in order to follow along in our class. Now, ExamGuide is a leading educational app that helps students prepare for various exams such as UTME, post-UTME, WEAC, GCE, KCPE, IJMB, JUPEB, Calbepedia, Versa, GSE, NCE, NECO, and a whole lot of other professional exams. Now you can download the app from www.examguide.com, or you can actually go to Google Play Store and download it. Now, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you can be updated when we send in new videos. And you can also tell your friends about this app so they can also benefit from it. Now, you ready for today's class? Let's get started. Welcome again. So we're continuing from where we stopped in our previous class. Now, we're still looking at care and grooming of the different parts of the human body. Now, this is part 2, so we're looking at how to care for the human body. Now, by the end of this class, you should be able to learn how to care for the nose and also learn how to carefully remove foreign objects in the nose. Now, this might not be from you, sometimes it might be for someone else. Okay, so your knowledge in this would actually help save someone if such a scenario shows up. So another thing you should have learned by the end of this class is that you should have learned how to take care of what? The ear. And also you learn to explain how to take care of foreign objects when they are found in the ear. Let's move on. Care for the nose. Now, avoid putting objects in the nose. Avoid putting objects in the nose. It is very dangerous to put objects in the nose. Mostly, this is mostly common with children, but it is out of place. It is not good. Do not do it. And if you see anybody doing it around you, you need to stop them immediately not to do that. Also, avoid picking and poking the nose with fingernails or any other object. Do not do that. Do not poke your nose with your hands, your fingernails, or any object whatsoever. Do not do that. And also blow the nose gently and avoid the habit of sniffing. Now, if you need to blow your nose, don't do it so, like you're fighting with someone. Do it gently. And then avoid sniffing in most of the time, because as you do this, you're actually sniffing some germs and bacteria into the lungs and into your system. So as much as you can, avoid sniffing in most of the time. Do not form that habit of sniffing. A lot of people do it like it's normal. You just sit there most of them, nothing is obstructing whatever on their nostrils, but they just find pleasure in doing it. Stop it. It's not good. Don't do that. Now, also avoid plucking the hair in the nose. Do not pluck the hair in the nose. Now, if you remember vividly from our previous video, or our previous class, we said the hair in the nose have their purpose. They actually help filter the air and the germs that are supposed to go into. It stops it there. So when you now plug them off, what are you doing? You're creating room and access for these germs and dirt to actually find their way into the nose. So do not plug them off. So another thing is that you should keep the nose clean by using what? Clean handkerchief. Use clean handkerchief. Don't use dirty things to clean your nose. Don't just pick any cloth. Maybe you have catarrh or you just pick anything there, and make sure whatever you're using is clean. And it could be a piece of clothes, handkerchief, or you can actually use tissue paper to actually do that. And also, you need to see the doctor if there's any nose infection. You need to visit the doctor to see for his or herself to see if there is an infection with the nose. Now, removal of foreign objects from the nose, just in case around you, or maybe it's you, what would you do if there are foreign objects in your nose? Now, let's say for instance, a seed-like thing goes into your nose. What you can actually do at that point in time is to close one of the nostrils and then blow it out with these other nostrils. So you just put one hand there and then blow vigorously to get whatever it is in the nose. This can only happen when it's an adult, okay? Because if you're telling the child to do that, it might be a little bit dangerous because they might really not know what to do at that point in time. So if it's an adult, then you can actually do this. Now, if both nostrils are blocked, let's say maybe you're having catarrh or somehow you just can't breathe with your nostrils, you can actually breathe with your mouth. And immediately you need to run, like go see a doctor if it persists beyond the usual time, maybe for a period of some minutes. So you need to see a doctor if your nostrils are totally blocked. But for the meantime, you can actually breathe with your mouth. Now, do not attempt to remove any foreign objects from your nose with any form of instrument. Do not try using anything because you're not a doctor to do that. Don't try doing that. Go to the hospital and let the doctor see what it is. Don't try picking or putting your hands or using an instrument to get whatever it is in your nose out. Now, nose decoration. Nose decoration. Now, in most culture, it is very okay for women to put this accessory, earring, in or on their nose, sorry. Now, for instance, the Fulani women, the Hausa ladies, they tend to do that. They just put the earring. But today, now it's more or less like a fashion accessory. It's used to adorn ourselves, to make us look beautiful more. Now, you need to be very careful when you have to do that. For me, yeah, it looks beautiful, it looks good, but I think if I would actually opt for it, I think I would actually go with the one that's just the magnet that I won't have to pierce through my nose. Yes, we have a whole lot of that. So you don't have to now go piercing your nose just to look beautiful or to actually enhance your appearance, because all of these things actually enhance the appearance. So you can actually do those ones that are what? Magnets. You just put them. So when you get home, you take them off, rather than piercing and causing I've seen a whole lot of things with people that have pierced their nose, and then it's not funny. So it's not something that is advisable to just go and pierce your nose if it's not done by a professional. And so you can actually do the magnet one and then remove it after the event of which you used it for. Now let's look at the care for the ear. The care for the ear. It's very important that we take cognizance of these parts and how to take care of them, because they are very, very delicate. Now let's look at the care for the ear and what you should do and not do. Now, avoid putting any sharp object into the ear. Now, we might likely say this is common with children, but I find most adults do it. They can actually use toothpick because the ear is itching, and you pick toothpick and they are using it to clean their ear. It's very, very dangerous. Just about anything, biro cover, whatsoever, to clean the ears or to pick the ears. Do not put anything into the ear. Now, for children, do not put it. Do not use pencils, just as I see in the picture. Children can want to do a whole lot of these things. Don't put pencils, biro, stick, any of these sharp objects into your ears so you do not hurt yourself. So another thing is that you should wash the outer ear daily and dry carefully with clean towel. We have 3 parts of the ear. That's the outer ear, the middle ear, and the inner ear. So you need to do what? Clean the outer part. That's the spot. When you're washing or you're taking your bath, you make sure you clean so it can be clean. Most times, a lot of people do not wash their ear. After they finish bathing, all the soap and everything in their ears sticks on their ear, and when they come out, you can actually visibly see the dirt in their ears. So it's very necessary that you wash your ear and dry them with clean towel after bathing. And also, do not attempt to reach your internal ear. That's the middle and inner ear with any object, it is very dangerous and it can be painful. Just imagine sometimes when you're even trying to clean your ear and then you touch a part of your inner ear, you know how painful it can be. It takes you some minutes to actually get yourself. So do not try reaching it with any form of objects to get to it, because it's not a funny experience and it can actually get you to the hospital. So do not do that. Also, remove small excess of wax in the ear. Now, yes, sometimes we have wax in our ear. You know those, what color are they? Some are brownish, okay? Now, you can clean it using a cotton board. Now, you need to do that carefully as well, but doctors say it's not advisable that the ear cleanses itself. So, it's a self-cleansing this thing. But most times you find that most of these earwax even come up to the tip of the ear, so you can just take them off with your cotton board. Now, there are also another way you can take care of wax is that there are large deposits of wax in the ear. So this can be removed by a doctor when it is there. When someone looks through your ear, they can see this large chunk of wax in your ears. So don't try removing those ones yourself. You can actually visit a doctor. They wash the ear. Yes, I've seen them wash. I've never had to wash my ear, but I've washed my children's ears and I see a whole lot of wax coming in, some big and heavy things coming out, and I'm like, is this what is in someone's ear? So yes, you can visit a doctor to actually do wash your ear when there are deposits of larger wax in the ear. Now, any form of ear ache is a danger sign. Don't joke with it. When you feel any pain in your ear, see a doctor. It might just be an infection that is in the ear. So a doctor can actually check it and actually know what to do with it. You should report it. Don't stay with it. It's not supposed to be there. For any pain in the ear, it's not supposed to be there. It's not part of what should happen in the ear. For any pain, you need to visit a doctor. See a doctor immediately. Now, removal of foreign bodies from the ear. Now, how do you remove things from your ear? Should you try removing anything from your ear, peradventure something goes in there, do not attempt it. Do not try to take anything out from your ears. Do not. What you are advised to do is to do see a doctor. Let them check and see and find ways to get it out. If it means them, going through a procedure to get it out, or if it calls for a surgery, don't do anything yourself trying it, because if you try getting things out of the ear when you're not a professional, you might actually take it deeper in, which could be more dangerous than you can ever imagine. So it's best that you see a doctor when there is a foreign object or body in your ear. Now, what happens when you do not take care of your ear? Now, what is the result? What are the results of not taking care of your ears? Now, it results to excess deposit of wax in the ear, which can block the tube, and this can lead to temporary deafness until you visit the doctor. So when you do not take proper care of your ear, the wax are going to be so much in your ears, and then you might likely not even hear for some time until you visit the doctor. So they're calling you, and then you say, I can't hear with this ear. Maybe it's possibly that, or it's possible that you have a whole lot of wax, and it just means seeing a doctor, and that can be rectified. So it's always good that we go visit the doctor when we feel some things are not really okay, or when we feel that our bodies are not responding the way they are supposed to respond. So it's good that we visit a doctor. Now, another thing that should do is that poking the ear with sharp objects can damage the eardrum. Yes, it can damage the eardrum. It's always emphasized. Do not put anything in your ear so you do not damage eardrum, because if you put sharp objects, you can actually damage the eardrum. So do not put sharp objects, and that can result to deafness. You won't be able to hear, because it's the eardrum that helps you to do hear. So if it now happens that the eardrum is damaged, what happens? You won't be able to hear again. So do not, and I'm sure you will not want that to happen to you, do not poke the ear with sharp objects, so you do not damage the eardrum so as to cause permanent deafness. So another result of lack of care of the ear is that when the ear is infected as a result of lack of care, the brain can also be infected. That's why you should not take any signal from your ear when it comes to pain or any inconvenience. You know, all of these things are connected to the brain. So when you play negligence, you're going to pay dearly for it. So do not play negligence. Now for children, you should tell your mom and dad, don't be scared of doctors. They won't do any harm. So prevention is better than cure. You have to see a doctor so they can know what it is. It might just be that they need to wash your ear. Okay, and then that problem is solved, rather than letting it linger for so long and it affects your brain and you begin to act in an abnormal way. So it's very necessary you consult a doctor. Now, ear decoration, yes. Now, when it's still for beauty purpose, adornment, to make our ears look beautiful. You see a lot of people pierce more than one earlobe. They pierce and then pierce everywhere, all in the name of fashion. But I've also seen a whole lot of disadvantage with this. There are a whole lot of, yes, it can look very beautiful, but there are a whole lot of disadvantage. You see a whole lot of them come up with calluses on their ears, big calluses on their ears, and then swollen, everywhere swollen, not too good. And then when you wear too much of these earrings that are so weighty, what happens? You can actually cut your ears, okay? When they are heavy and they are dangling, they are so dangerous. Just sometimes, so I've seen instances when people wear these earrings and then, you know, even their children playing and them, they take it up and it goes down and it cuts the ear. So it's very, very necessary that you watch the type of earrings you wear, and the piercings should not be, you don't even have to pierce your ear to look beautiful. Now also, there are also some accessories that do not demand you to do pierce your ear, just like the one we have in this picture. It doesn't need you to do pierce your ear. You just have to put it just to make yourself look beautiful as well. So you don't have to start piercing your ears just to be beautiful. You need to discard that idea. Now let's look at the care for the teeth. The care for the teeth. Now the materials needed for tooth cleaning depends on the choice, your choice. It depends on you. Now a whole lot of people would stick with chewing stick. A whole lot of people will say, no, I don't do chewing stick. I do with toothpaste and toothbrushes, chewing stick is local and all of that. Yes, it depends on the choice. Whatever it is you want to use in cleaning your teeth, it's your choice. Now, chewing stick seems to be more organic. That was what our forefathers used in their time. So here now, I used it, I loved it, I just love the feeling of using chewing stick. So it's one way of cleaning the teeth. Is that you're using a chewing stick or you're using your toothbrush and your toothpaste. Now, choice and use of chewing stick. What are the choice of people using chewing stick? Now, if you're using chewing stick, you need to choose only safe, smooth, and clean sticks. Not some harmful kind of sticks. Not some harmful kind of sticks. Yes, they can just pick some harmful sticks because when you're taking chewing stick, as you're chewing it, you're actually taking what should I call it? Is it the juice or whatever it is from the chewing stick? So if it's harmful to your health, what happens? As you're chewing it, you're taking it down into your system. So you need to choose only safe, smooth, and clean chewing sticks. So another thing you should look out for when you're taking your chewing sticks is that you should be able to break it into smaller bits or pieces, okay? Should be able to break it into smaller pieces when you take it. Now, a whole lot of these modern children will be like, what is this chewing stick? Because a whole lot of you have never used it before. Yes, it used to be a cleaning agent. People use it to clean their teeth. So, yes, as you see in the picture, people still use it up until today, yes. So it's still very, very still in the use up until now. So now, wash the chewing stick thoroughly with clean water before use. Now, most persons actually chew and keep, because you can't actually chew the whole of the stick in a day. So most persons actually chew and keep. So if you need to store it, you need to store it in a very clean place. And after you want to use it the next day, make sure you wash it before you use it to, you know, brush your teeth and to clean your teeth. Also, clean the teeth using the up and down movement, just as it is when you need to brush your teeth. We're going to get there. So when you're using the chewing stick, you need to still use it up, you know, and clean properly. Now, also, after using it, you need to wash the chewing stick and store it in a clean place, out of reach of flies. You can actually use a container, maybe some of these Ragolis or whatever container, to put it inside and keep it safe. Or if you don't have that, you can actually use a cellophane paper and tie it and keep it in a safe place so it doesn't get infected with these insects around. Now let's look at the choice and use of toothbrushes. Yes, that's the one you know. Yes, the choice and use of toothbrush. Now when you want to pick your toothbrush, there are some things you should look out for. Now, choose brushes with firm and not hard or harsh bristles. Okay, there are different types of toothbrushes out there in the market. So when you want to pick any of these, make sure it is smooth, it is firm, and then it doesn't have what hard or harsh bristles. That after using it, as you're using it, you're bleeding, or after using it, you feel a whole lot of sore in your mouth. So don't go for these types. Go for the ones that, you know, they're very durable and they're smooth. You just get to use them and there are no complications after using a toothbrush. So now always use your own brush. Always use your own brush. Now, you don't share toothbrush. Family members, siblings, no, do not share toothbrush. Everybody to their own toothbrush. Now, there's some guidelines you need to follow when you need to brush your teeth. Now, there's some steps. A whole lot of us, we don't know how to brush. We just pick the toothpaste and then we're going here, going there in a very inorderly manner. So there are ways and steps you should follow, guidelines when you need to brush your teeth. The first thing is I need to brush your teeth away from the gum using the up and down movement. Okay, the gums are very, very delicate. So if you're brushing and you're just brushing and brushing, you could actually get it injured, and you need to be very careful. So you just go up and down, and brush your teeth. Now also brush the biting and chewing surface of the teeth. That's in between where we used to bite, you know, tear a whole lot of our food. So you need to brush those surfaces, brush them properly so they can be clean. Also clean both the front and back teeth, so your outside and your in to the tongue and all of that. So yeah, brush your teeth properly and neatly. Now clean inside and outside the both jaws, okay? You need to clean it properly. Those are the steps. The next step you need to take note of is avoid spitting all over the place. Avoid spitting all over the place. Now some persons will brush and then they will not leave it in a good shape for the next person to brush. As they go brush, everywhere is with their mess. So avoid spitting all over the place when you're brushing. Brush, clean up, and leave it clean for the next user. Now wash your brush after brushing. Don't just keep it. Wash it and keep it for the next use. Also, replace or change your brush when it becomes old and worn out. So how long do you think we should use our toothbrush? Should we use it for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months before we change them? I advise at least a month to you can change your toothbrush. Don't use it for too long. I've seen some toothbrushes, the bristles are all gone, they're still using it But you need to change it, okay? So when the bristles are fade, you don't need to let them fade away. It doesn't matter if the toothbrush is still looking good. But if you've used it for a period of time, it calls that you do what? You change it. Don't keep it to look old and worn out, okay? It's always affordable. You can always have it. And it will also not let you get infected, you know, if it's staying that too long for you to get a new one. Now, choice of toothpaste. Now, this is made up of different ingredients. We have a variety of toothpaste out there in the market, a whole lot of them. We have a whole lot of toothpaste in the market. You can pick any of them. What they do is that they help cleanse the teeth and strengthen the teeth. Now, we have different flavors, brands, colors, flavors. You find a whole lot of them in the market. Sometimes you go there and you're like, which one should I pick? There are a whole lot of these toothpaste. Now, it depends on your choice, but there are some things that you should look out for when you need to get the next toothpaste. Now, you need to study the information on the tube. You need to study the information on the tube. Now, if you need to buy your toothpaste, what are the components? What are the ingredients? What is this made up of before you pick the next toothpaste? So you need to look at what it is made up of. The next one is that always buy those that contain what? Fluoride. Now, this helps it keeps the teeth healthy. So when you want to get your next toothpaste, look out for those ones that have fluoride in them, because it helps keep the teeth healthy. And mostly for children, it's very healthy that they use toothpaste that contains the fluoride in them. Now, daily care for the teeth. Now, when we eat food, there are some particles of food or some pieces actually stay back when we eat food. And then if we don't take care of these, it can actually cause tooth decay and tooth problems. So when you eat food, it is important that you clean your teeth, you wash off your mouth, and to let those debris and things in the food particles to go off. And you know, like if it's possible, you can actually brush after every meal. But what is obtainable is that it is you can brush in the morning and then brush in the night before you go to bed. Now, a whole lot of people do not even brush their teeth in the morning. No, this is not good. You know, you are actually storing this food, and that it can cause plaque on your teeth, which would actually begin to get your teeth to decay. So it's very important that you take care of your teeth daily, not some days. Not today, I will take care of my teeth. Tomorrow, I will not. The next day, I would. Every day. So it's daily. You need to brush your teeth every day to keep the teeth clean. Also, there are some things you need to take note of. There are some things you need to take note of. You need to clean your teeth every morning and at midnight, yes. Rinse your mouth after each meal, especially after taking sweet foods. You know, we said it might not really be achievable or possible for you to brush your teeth, let's say, after every meal. Let's say you're going to school and you're carrying your toothbrush in your bag and toothpaste, okay? It might not be achievable, but there's something you can do even if you do not brush your teeth. You can actually get water to gargle after eating, you know, so those particles can actually leave your mouth. And also, it's very important that after you take sweet foods, you should gargle. And also, you can also gargle with mouthwash. We have mouthwash, so it doesn't really, after brushing in the morning, the rest of the day, you can actually use your mouthwash to gargle. Now, mouthwash does not replace the use of brushing your teeth with brush and toothpaste. It doesn't replace it. You know, a lot of people, I have mouthwash. No, if you just gargle with your mouthwash, there's a possibility that you're not cleaning everywhere, because the toothbrush, with the help of the bristles, gets to every part of your teeth to see that it is clean. So mouthwash would not do it all. Now, do not pick teeth with sharp objects. I've seen people use pin needles to pick their teeth. Now, what you're trying to do is to pick your gum, and then it will cause for bleeding and a whole lot of these other things that are not really healthy for you. So do not pick your teeth with sharp objects whatsoever. Do not do that. Also, avoid using your teeth as what? Not crackers and as opener for drinks. That wasn't what your teeth was made for. We have openers and all of that. Do not use your teeth as what? An opener. No, a lot of people I see, they just pick their teeth and then they are taking the cover of the drinks away. It's not healthy. Do not do it. Do not do it. The next one is that eat balanced diets for strong teeth, especially with calcium sources. You need to eat balanced diets now, especially with food that have what? Calcium sources, such as meat, milk, what again? You know, this calcium, you find it in meat, milk, and a whole lot of some of these cereals. You find them fruits. So you eat balanced diet to help the teeth to stay healthy. So another thing is that you need to exercise your teeth sometimes by doing what? Eating fairly hard. I meant fairly hard, not hard. Okay? So you can actually take bone briskets, okay? We call them, we refer to them sometimes as biscuit bone, okay? Bone briskets. You can take them and what? Eat them. It helps to do what? Exercise the teeth. You can eat things like coconut, carrot, maize, you know, just to exercise your teeth to keep it active. So fairly hard food. You can actually eat some of these things to keep the teeth healthy. Do not eat sweets or highly sweet foods. Now these are this is an easy avenue for teeth or tooth decay. Now, if you take too much of sweets, you find that you're prone to having tooth decay, because this is more like an expressway to tooth decay. So if as much as possible, as much as you can, you need to avoid sweet or highly sweet foods. Also, avoid extremely hot or cold food. What do? They go to break the enamel, okay? Do not take extremely hot or cold drink. You will feel this shock or sharp pain. Do not take these drinks when they are so hot, or either food when they are extremely hot or extremely cold. Now, there are some causes of tooth infection. Now, yes, when food particles are left in the mouth and when they are not cleaned, it could also result to tooth infection. So you need to clean your teeth, so your teeth shouldn't get what? Infected. So another thing is that sugar, sweets, and starchy foods brings tooth decay. Just like we said earlier, yes, sweets actually aid the growth of bacteria in the mouth. So, you know, it's a one-way ticket to having tooth decay. As much as you can, avoid sugar, sweets, and some starchy foods. Also, avoid dirty objects or putting dirty fingers in your mouth. This can introduce germs into your mouth and they can cause tooth decay. So do not carry or put dirty hands into your mouth so you don't introduce germs into the mouth. Now, also, failure to clean the teeth can cause tooth decay or infection. When you do not clean the teeth, what happens? It keeps accumulating those germs and it causes plaques on the teeth. You see some people, you know, those brownish things stuck somewhere on each part of the teeth because you are not cleaning the teeth properly, and with that the teeth is going to be infected, and then the mouth as well is going to be infected. Bad breath, a whole lot of these things can play out when you do not take proper care of the teeth. Also, the habit of picking teeth with sharp objects should be avoided. You can actually puncture your gum. You can see this picture, someone bleeding with the gum, possibly something sharp you would have used something sharp on the teeth. So you see this. Do not do that. Do not use sharp objects on when cleaning your teeth so as not to get your gum punctured. Okay, so how do you prevent toothache? How do you prevent toothache, tooth decay, tooth infection? and all of these things. How do you prevent it? Now, if you need to prevent tooth decay, you need to clean the teeth regularly and properly. You need to clean the teeth regularly and properly, daily. Okay, now keep your toothbrush and your chewing stick, if you're still using your chewing stick, neatly. Keep them in a safe environment. And for those of us that are keeping our toothbrush, we keep our toothbrushes just anywhere. Now, there are easy ways you can actually use your toothbrush. You can get your Wrigley's can, or you can put it in and cover it, so it's not infested by insects, wall geckos, whatever it is. They do not infect, so they do not pass germs to cause infections to us as well. And finally, you need to visit the dentist whenever you have tooth problem, whenever there is toothache. Now, some people liken the pain of toothache like a woman that is in labor. Some even tell you that it's even more than a woman that is in labor. Okay, I've never had such experience, but I pray not to have it. But for some persons that have actually had experience with toothache, it's not a funny experience for them, and I'm sure you do not want to have such experience. So how do? You need to prevent it by taking good care of your teeth. Now we're going to get to our exam guide so we can practice some questions based on what we have learned today. Okay, let's look at this question. Body odor is caused by the following except accumulation of dirt, irregular bathing, stale perspiration, using of bad perfume, wearing undergarments. Now, body odor is caused by the following except. Does wearing undergarments cause you to have what? Body odor? Of course, no. So the answer to this question is wearing undergarments. Okay, it is not a factor to having body odor. Now, which of these is the best item for cleaning the ear? Which of these is the best item for cleaning the ear? Here we have biro cover, we have cotton bud, we have fingertip, we have knitting pin, we have matchstick. Remember what we talked about. So which of these options should you pick as the best option to cleaning your ears? Yes, your guess is as good as mine. Cotton bud. Is best to use a cotton bud to clean your ears. All these other options are like biro cover, fingertip, knitting pin, mat. Just imagine putting all of those in your ears. What are you going to do? You're going to damage the inner ear and the middle ear. So do not do that. It's best to use cotton bud carefully, even if you have to use the cotton bud as well. Let's look at the next question. Now, which of the following is not suitable for the skin? Which of the following is not suitable for the skin? We have A, bleaching cream, B, cleansing lotion, C, moisturizing cream, toilet soap, toning cream. So which of the following is not suitable for the skin? It is bleaching cream, of course. Bleaching cream is not suitable for the skin. They contain some components that are not healthy for the skin, such as hydroquinone. So it's not good that we get ourselves involved with bleaching cream. Okay, let's look at this. Manicure is to the hands as pedicure is to the options are A, ears, B, eyes, C, feet, D, mouth, E, nose. So yes, manicure, yes, we know it's to the hands. So pedicure is to what? Our feet, of course. So the answer here is C. Let's move on. Now, let's look at this question. In our homes, guests are entertained in A, the bathroom, the bedroom, kitchen, sitting room, study room. Where do you entertain your guests? Of course, we entertain them in the sitting room. The sitting room is where we entertain get. Thank you for participating in today's class. You can practice more questions using the ExamGuide app. Now, the app scores and gives a detailed explanation of all the questions at the end of your practice tests. You can learn a particular topic of interest with different modes like the study mode, mock mode, and practice mode. It also has other features that make learning fun. It is a must-have for every serious student. I know you're that serious student. Now you can download the app from www.examguide.com. If you don't have it yet, please do. Now see you in our next class. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, and share the videos to your friends, your family. I'm sure they'll benefit from it as well. Bye for now.